Today's video is from one of my favorite anime series, and I am sure after watching today's video you will also fall in love with this anime series. At the beginning of the anime, a massive demon skull is shown with a statue of the first wizard king on top who defeated the demon. Nearby, there is a church where one day the priest discovers two abandoned infants at the gate. Realizing they are orphans, he takes them in. Their names are written on their clothes. One is calm and adorable, named Yuno, while the other is mischievous and energetic. This mischievous child is the main character, Asta. 15 years pass and Asta proposes to Sister Lily, promising to become the Wizard King and keep her happy. He pleads, "Please marry me, Sister Lily," but she firmly refuses, reminding him she cannot marry. However, Asta stubbornly insists, frustrating Sister Lily, who finally uses her magic to hit him with a water punch. Asta falls unconscious on the spot. Concerned, Sister Lily checks on him and asks, "Are you okay?" Soon, other church children arrive and tell her she did the right thing, suggesting she use a water punch whenever Asta bothers her. However, Asta gets up and chases after Sister Lily again. But this time, Yuno intervenes and knocks him down with his magic. Angry, Asta gets up, runs to Yuno and asks, "Why do you always interfere between me and Sister Lily?" Yuno replies, "First, you're too loud. Second, you're too short. Third, you're mentally insane. And most importantly, Sister Lily is a nun. Nuns can't marry. Doesn't that even enter your dumb brain?" Asta, furious, challenges Yuno to a battle, but Yuno dismisses him, saying it would be a waste of time. Asta taunts, "Are you scared?" Just then, "What's your problem, kid? I'm way older than you. Show me some respect." Max retorts, "Not a chance. I can't respect someone who still can't use magic at 15. In a world where everything relies on magic, Asta has none at all." Max mocks him, saying, "How can you even think of defeating a powerful magician like Yuno without magic?" Asta smirks, "Well, if Yuno is so strong, can he do this?" He then starts doing rapid crunches. Since Asta lacks magic, he has trained his body to be physically strong through intense exercise. Max shakes his head and says, "You can't become the Wizard King by doing crunches. The Wizard King is the strongest magician, not the strongest bodybuilder." Meanwhile, Yuno uses his magic to dry Sister Lily's clothes, earning cheers from the children. Like Asta, Yuno also dreams of becoming the Wizard King. Sister Lily praises Yuno for his help, making Asta jealous. Determined to earn her praise, Asta rushes to chop wood, but before he can, Yuno effortlessly cuts all the logs with his magic, showing off in front of Asta. Max smirks and says, "Without a doubt, the next Wizard King will be Yuno, not you, Asta." Just then, the priest arrives and also praises Yuno, saying he will make the church proud one day. Asta, feeling dejected, sits alone in a corner. Sister Lily approaches him and says, "Don't be sad, Asta. In a few days, you'll get your grimoire and then you'll be able to use magic too." Hearing this, Asta brightens up, stands up, and declares, "Just wait, Sister Lily. I'll get the best grimoire in the world, train hard, become the strongest, and one day I'll be the Wizard King." A grimoire is a magical book with a 3-leaf clover on the cover, given to everyone at 15. It greatly enhances their magic and allows them to use complex spells. Excited, Asta tells Yuno, "Once I get my grimoire, we'll train together like we did in childhood and become strong together." But Yuno silently walks away, acting as if Asta isn't his equal. Asta, hurt, also leaves quietly. Sister Lily approaches Yuno and says, "You shouldn't have treated Asta that way." Yuno replies firmly, "Asta will never become the Wizard King in my lifetime." Sister Lily, worried for Asta, sighs, but Asta doesn't let it bring him down. Instead of crying, he goes inside the giant demon skull and resumes his intense training, determined to become stronger and achieve his dream. A few days later, Asta, Yuno, and other 15-year-olds arrive at the Grimoire Tower to receive their grimoires. Asta is thrilled, believing he will finally be able to use magic and compete with Yuno. Among the crowd are children from noble families who mock Asta and Yuno for being poor commoners. Soon, the master of the Grimoire Tower arrives. Everyone greets him respectfully, and Asta grows even more excited, eager to receive his grimoire. The master casts us, but no grimoire comes to Asta. Confused, he calls out, "Where are you, my grimoire?" Mocking him. Meanwhile, Yuno receives a 4-leaf clover grimoire, an extremely rare one once held by the first Wizard King. Everyone is stunned, wondering how a commoner like Yuno could receive such a powerful grimoire. Yuno turns around and confidently declares, "I will become the next Wizard King." The crowd erupts in admiration, praising him. But then Asta stands up and declares, "No, not you. I will become the next Wizard King." The crowd erupts in laughter again, mocking him. Even Yuno ignores him and walks away without a word. Later, Asta hangs upside down from a tree in the forest, feeling down. Not only does he lack magic, but now he hasn't even received a grimoire. However, despite everything, he refuses to give up and says, "It doesn't matter. I'll keep working hard, and one day, I will become the Wizard King. My magic is never giving up. Just wait, I'll prove it to you." Just then, Asta hears a voice. Meanwhile, the two noble children, jealous of Yuno, approach him. "How can a commoner like you receive the four-leaf clover grimoire instead of us nobles?" One of them sneers. Enraged, the noble attacks, shouting, "I'll burn that grimoire of yours." However, Yuno effortlessly defends himself without even using his grimoire, leaving the nobles shocked. How is he this strong? They wonder. Suddenly, magical chains shoot out, capturing both noble children. A mysterious man appears and smirks. "Are you fools? You would destroy something so rare." Yuno narrows his eyes and asks, "Who are you?" The man grins and replies, "My name is Snake, and Snake, I've heard of you. You're a strong and notorious thief. But you must know that a grimoire can only be used by its original owner." Snake smirks and replies, "And sorry, but your dream of becoming the Wizard King ends here." Asta makes his dramatic entry but trips and is insulted. Undeterred, he stands up and asks, "What's going on here? And how do you have two grimoires?" Yuno replies, "One of them is mine. Run away, he's very strong." Asta then understands the situation and tells Snake, "Quietly return Yuno's grimoire." Snake laughs, taunting, "You're the same loser who didn't even get a single grimoire." Asta responds, "Yes, I'm the one who didn't get a grimoire, but I'm also the one who will become the Wizard King." With that, Asta charges at Snake. Yuno warns, "No, don't fight him." Snake attacks Asta with his magic, but Asta skillfully dodges the attacks and gets behind him. Just as he's about to land a punch, Snake's chains restrain him, and with a powerful magical strike, he injures Asta badly. Asta thinks to himself, he's just a thief, so why is he so strong? If a thief is this strong, how powerful must the Wizard King be? Suddenly, Snake throws Asta against a wall. He walks over to him and says, "Open your eyes, kid. You can't defeat me even in 100. He starts thinking, he's absolutely right. I don't have magic. I don't have a grimoire. How can I ever become the Wizard King, the strongest magician in the world? For the first time in his life, Asta feels like giving up. Just then, Yuno shouts, "I know Asta won't become the Wizard King because I will become the next Wizard King. But Asta is not a loser. He's my rival, and he does have a magical power, his ability to never give up." Hearing this, Asta feels a surge of life and confidence. He looks at Snake and says, "Move away from me." As Snake steps back, a strange energy begins to radiate from Asta. He then turns to Yuno and says, "Don't worry, Yuno. I won't let this man take your grimoire, even if I have to die for it." Suddenly, Asta's own grimoire comes flying toward him. But it's not just any grimoire, it's a 5-leaf clover grimoire, the rarest one in the world, even more so than Yuno's 4-leaf grimoire. There are 3 types of grimoires in the world: the 3-leaf clover grimoire, which grants magical power and is quite common; the 4-leaf clover grimoire, which is rarer and offers both magical power and good luck; and the 5-leaf clover grimoire, which is unique, containing a demon inside it. Asta finally gets his 5-leaf grimoire. Yuno smiles, seeing Asta, and says, "I knew it, Asta. You're the one who can make the impossible possible, just like you did when we were kids." In their childhood, Yuno was very sensitive and often cried over small things, but Asta always helped him and protected him like an older brother. One day, Sister Lily told them the story of the first Wizard King, how a powerful demon once attacked the world, causing destruction and sorrow everywhere. But then, a boy appeared with a 4-leaf grimoire. He fought the demon for many days, and in the end, he defeated it, bringing peace and happiness back to the world. This boy became the first Wizard King, the strongest magician in the world. After hearing the story, Asta and Yuno decided that they would both become Wizard Kings when they grew up. One evening, Father gives Yuno a letter and asks him to deliver it to a man outside the village. Asta offers to go with him, but Yuno insists on going alone. Yuno reaches the man and hands over the letter, but it's getting late and Asta begins to worry about him. On his way back, a large man surrounds Yuno and forcibly snatches his pendant. Yuno pleads, "Please return it to me. It's the last memory of my parents." The man laughs and warns, "Run away, child, or I'll kill you." Terrified, Yuno begins to cry, feeling helpless. Just then, Asta appears and grabs hold of the man. The man beats Asta and throws him away, but Asta gets up and grabs him again, screaming loudly. Yuno watches, thinking to himself, why is Asta fighting when he knows he can't defeat this man? The man injures Asta severely, but Asta refuses to give up. He keeps holding on and continues screaming for the man to return Yuno's pendant. Realizing that Asta is no ordinary child, the man decides to leave the pendant behind and walks away. Asta collapses to the ground, and Yuno runs to him, crying, I'm sorry, Asta. Because of me, you got hurt so much. Asta, despite his injuries, smiles weakly and says, don't worry, Yuno. I'll always be with you, and I'll protect you. One day, I'll become the Wizard King, and I'll protect you and everyone in the church. I'll keep you happy and safe. Back in the present, a strange great sword emerges from Asta's grimoire. Snake, shocked, asks, where did you suddenly get a grimoire? What's happening? He attacks Asta again, but Asta uses his sword to destroy Snake's magical chains. Snake, confused, asks, how did you do that? Who are you? Asta confidently responds, I am the one who will become the Wizard King one day. With that, Asta attacks and defeats Snake in one blow. Yuno, watching the scene unfold, laughs. Asta walks over to him and says, look, Yuno, I finally got my grimoire. Yuno smiles and replies, so you saved me again, Asta. Do you remember the promise we made in childhood? In the past, after Asta saved Yuno, Yuno had asked, can I really become the Wizard King, even though I'm so weak? Asta had replied, yes, if you work hard and never give up, anyone can become the Wizard King. Hearing this, Yuno stands up with newfound determination and says, okay, I've decided. From now on, I will never give up and I will work hard. One day, I'll become the Wizard King and make you and everyone in the church happy. Asta smiles proudly and says, so that means we're rivals now. The two of them promise each other that they will both work hard and one day they will both become the Wizard King. Asta says to Yuno, yes, I remember, and I thought you must have forgotten. Both of them then bet with each other again, just like in childhood, to see who will become the Wizard King first. Meanwhile, we get a glimpse of the current Wizard King and the 9 Magic Knights, the strongest magicians in the kingdom after the Wizard King. Their job is to maintain peace and order in the kingdom. Each of them leads a squad, and to join one of these squads, children must pass an entrance exam. Asta and Yuno are both training hard for this exam. Father and Sister Lily go to the master of the Grimoire Tower. Father asks the master why he included Asta's name for the entrance exam when Asta doesn't have any magic power. The master replies, Asta showed me his grimoire and requested me several times to send him for the exam, so I did. Father then asks, what exactly is the grimoire that came to Asta? Is it truly a grimoire? The master tells him, I can't reveal much, but because of that grimoire, Asta will face a very big battle in the future. Father starts pleading with the master, insisting that Asta is very weak and has no magic, so he should not be sent to the entrance exam. The master smiles and replies, is it that you don't want Asta to go because if he passes, he will leave here and you will miss him? Hearing this, Father becomes shy and starts making excuses. Sister Lily also understands that Father deeply loves Asta. Meanwhile, Asta and Yuno are returning to the church while racing and they end up in a tie. Asta excitedly asks, tell me quickly, who won? Max responds, Yuno won. Asta, unwilling to accept defeat, declares, the race isn't over yet. The one who enters the church first will be the real winner. Just as Asta is about to reach the church, Yuno uses his magic to blow him away and secures his victory. At night, while sleeping, Asta keeps mumbling the same thing in his dreams, that one day he will become the Wizard King. Hearing this, Max gets annoyed. The next day, Asta is training again when Max approaches him. Asta asks, what happened? Max, looking frustrated, says, you are an idiot. Asta gets angry and snaps, you came all the way from the church just to say that? Max then tells him, you don't even have magic. How can you even think that you can pass the Magic Knight exam? Asta, full of determination, replies, now I have my grimoire, and I will definitely pass the exam. One day, I will become the Wizard King. But before he can finish, Max interrupts him, shouting, keep quiet. All you ever talk about is the Wizard King. Why don't you understand? The dreams of poor and weak people like us never come true. Asta steps closer to Max and shouts, dreams do come true if you truly want them and work hard with all your heart. No matter what your dream is, if you give it everything, it will definitely come true. For the first time in his life, Max sees Asta in a different light, realizing that he is not the big loser everyone thinks he is. That night, Father prepares a special meal because tomorrow, Asta and Yuno will leave for the entrance exam. Asta is overjoyed. As they sit together, father calls Asta over and says, "Listen, Asta, even if you fail, don't be too upset. Just come back home quietly. We will always be here for you." Asta grins and says, "Then tell Yuno the same thing." But father remains silent because he knows that Yuno will easily pass while Asta faces a much tougher challenge. Asta, undeterred, confidently replies, "Don't worry, father. I will definitely pass the Magic Knight exam. After that, I'll become the Wizard King and then I'll come back and marry Sister Lily." But before Asta can continue, Sister Lily silences him with a water punch. The next day, as Asta and Yuno prepare to leave on their journey, everyone gathers to wish them good luck. Max, however, scoffs and says no need to say goodbye to Asta. He'll be back soon anyway. But then he adds, "But if you somehow pass, Asta, then I'll believe that people like us can also dream. And if that happens, I'll start working hard to become a Magic Knight too." Asta grins. "Then get ready to work hard, Max." With that, Asta and Yuno set off on their journey. As they walk away, Sister Lily watches them go, feeling a little sad at Asta's departure. After a long and exhausting journey, Asta and Yuno finally arrive at the grand venue where the Magic Knight entrance exam is about to take place. As they explore the town, Asta is amazed by all the magical sights around him. He sees a massive castle that belongs to the Wizard King. Pointing at it, Asta says, "Yuno, one day that castle will be mine." Yuno replies, "Don't even think about it, it'll be mine." Asta smiles and says, "Only time will tell who among us becomes the Wizard King." Next, we see Asta, Yuno, and many others gather to take the Magic Knight entrance exam. Asta, full of energy, loudly tells everyone, "Hello friends. I'll become the Wizard King one day." Embarrassed, Yuno pretends he doesn't know him. When they reach the entrance gate, Yuno shows his 4-leaf clover grimoire, shocking everyone. "Who is this guy with a 4-leaf clover grimoire?" Impressed, the guard lets Yuno through. But when Asta shows his grimoire, the guard hesitates. He's unsure if it's even a real grimoire, since the 5-leaf clover grimoire is so rare, hardly anyone recognizes it. After much pleading from Asta, the guard finally lets him in. As he enters, a boy standing behind him laughs and says, "This guy looks really funny." Inside the entrance lobby, all the participants gather. In this place, the fewer magical powers someone has, the more magic birds are attracted to them. Yuno doesn't attract a single bird, leaving everyone shocked. Who is this powerful magician with a 4-leaf clover grimoire, they wonder. Even some girls are impressed by him. Meanwhile, a swarm of magic birds surrounds Asta, exposing his lack of magic. Everyone starts laughing at Asta, saying, "Who is this guy being followed by more than half the birds?" While running, Asta suddenly bumps into a large, intimidating man. Thinking he's just another exam participant, Asta asks politely, "Did you get hurt?" But the man grabs Asta's head, lifts him up, and growls, "Don't you know who I am?" This man is none other than Yami, the captain of the Black Bulls, the most reckless squad among all the Magic Knight squads. Poor Asta, he just arrived and already got into trouble with a Magic Knight squad captain. Yami is about to crush Asta's head when 2 members of his squad, Finral and Gordon, show up. Finral, who's a bit of a flirt, says, "Yami, what are you doing here? Come on, the event's about to start." Gordon is calm and quiet as always. Yami replies, "Oh, nothing. I just forgot the way upstairs," and then walks off, leaving Asta behind. Asta gets back on his feet, and that same boy from before approaches him again. His name is Seek, and he's suddenly trying to befriend Asta. Then, the captains of all 9 Magic Knight squads arrive. Each of them is incredibly powerful, but it's said that the strongest of all is the Wizard King himself. Captain William, leader of the Golden Dawn squad, commands the top-ranked squad in the kingdom. Everyone dreams of joining them. In contrast, Yami's squad, the Black Bulls, is considered the worst and no one wants to be part of it. Asta asks Sek, "Where's the Wizard King?" Sek replies, "The Wizard King doesn't attend small events like this. He's the ruler of all magicians. He has more important things to do." Captain William announces that it's time to begin the exam. He uses his magic to summon a giant tree from the sky, which hands a magical broom to each candidate. "This will be your first test," he says. "You must fly using your magic." All the kids begin trying to fly while the captains observe closely. Yuno soars high above the others, impressing all the captains. Meanwhile, poor Asta, as usual, can't even get off the ground. He can't fly or even jump while holding the broom. Then one of the captains steps down and scolds a girl, his sister. "Why are you here? Don't bring shame to the Silver family. You won't pass this exam. Go home quietly." He leaves without giving her a chance to reply. The girl's name is Noelle. Meanwhile, Sek encourages Asta, saying, "Keep trying, Asta. You can do this." But we all knows Asta can't. He has no magic. In every test that follows, Asta performs poorly. Then Captain William announces the final test. "Now, each of you must choose a partner to fight with in a duel." Sek says to Asta, "Let's team up," and Asta agrees. They both prepare to fight each other. Asta says, all the best, Sek. Let's give it our best, and no matter who loses, we'll stay friends. But then Sek shows his true colors. He sneers, listen carefully, you filthy drain worm, I'm not your friend. I only pretended to be because I knew we'd have to pick our own opponents. That's why I chose you, so I could easily win and become a magic knight by beating someone weak like you. Saying that, Sek walks away, leaving Asta completely shocked. He truly believed he had found his first friend. The others begin whispering, Sek was smart. He'll easily defeat Asta and become a magic knight. Some even say, I wish Asta had picked me, I could have won easily. Everyone sees Asta as a weak loser. Sek laughs, pulls out his grimoire, and prepares for the fight. Everyone is certain Asta doesn't stand a chance. But what they don't know is Asta is no loser. The fight begins. Asta pulls out his sword from his grimoire and strikes Sek. With just one blow, he defeats him. Everyone is stunned. How could this boy be so strong? From a distance, Yuno watches and smiles. Even the captains are shocked. Asta rests his sword on his shoulder and says, remember my name, Asta. I'm the one who will become the Wizard King one day. After that, other contestants have their battles, and finally, it's Yuno's turn. No one wants to fight him, they're afraid of losing. But then a boy named Salim steps up to face Yuno. Salim, the one who had attacked them earlier, steps forward and says to Yuno, you were lucky last time, but this time you won't be. A fierce battle takes place between them, but in the end, Yuno defeats Salim with his powerful magic. With that, the entrance exam comes to an end. Now, it's time for the captains to choose which candidates they want on their squad. If more than one captain raises their hand for a candidate, the candidate gets to choose which squad to join. But if no captain raises a hand, the candidate fails. One by one, many children fail, and Asta grows more nervous, fearing he'll fail too. Then it's Yuno's turn, and for the first time ever, all the captains raise their hands for a single candidate. Everyone wants Yuno on their team. Now, Yuno has to choose, and he picks Golden Dawn, the strongest magic knight squad. Next, it's Asta's turn. He's scared and silently prays, please, God, just one captain, raise your hand for me. But as the selection begins, not a single captain raises their hand. Asta fails. Heartbroken, he turns to leave. But then Yami stands up and says, you know why you failed, kid? Because you're weak and you don't even have magic. So how can you dream of becoming a magic knight? Then Yami releases his magical power so intense that the ground starts to shake. He jumps down and walks up to Asta. I heard you want to become the Wizard King. Well, to do that, you'll have to defeat me and the other 8 captains. So tell me, do you really think you can defeat all 9 of us in your lifetime? Asta replies, I know I'm weak and I don't have magic, but I don't care. I don't care how strong you captains are. If I have to defeat all of you to become the Wizard King, then I will. One day, I will become the Wizard King. Hearing this, Yami bursts out laughing and says, I like you, kid. I'll take you into my squad, and I'll make you work hard, so you can reach that dream. For the first time in his life, someone believes in Asta's dream instead of mocking it. Asta is overjoyed and thanks Yami. With that, the entrance exam finally comes to an end. Asta goes to the toilet to relieve himself, but Sek suddenly shows up, looking for revenge. He summons a magical lizard to attack Asta. One bite could have been fatal. Just then, Yuno arrives and saves Asta in time. He glares at Sek and says, don't even think you can compare yourself to Asta. You're nowhere near his level. Asta is my rival, now get lost. Scared, Sek runs away. After that, Asta and Yuno head off toward their respective squads. For the first time in their lives, they part ways. Meanwhile, Yami is annoyed and yells at Asta for taking so long in the bathroom. After this, Finral uses his magic to open a portal, and they all arrive at the Black Bull's base, Asta's new home. Asta excitedly opens the gate, but his joy is short-lived. Suddenly, there's an explosion at the entrance, and Asta is blasted away like a rocket. Yami smirks and says, welcome to the Black Bull squad. Meanwhile, in the Golden Dawn base, one of Yuno's seniors, Klaus, says, I can't believe someone like you, poor and not from a royal family, was chosen by Sir William. He adds, don't think life here will be easy, and walks away. Back at the Black Bull's base, Asta meets his new teammates and quickly realizes they're all a bit chaotic. Yami yells, stop causing destruction, and then casually smashes the back wall himself. Everyone gets excited seeing Yami and he introduces Asta to the squad. Asta says, hi, my name is Asta and I'm from Hage Village. Hearing this, everyone is shocked. He's from such a poor, small village, yet he passed the Magic Knight entrance exam. Then Finral starts introducing the team to Asta. This is Vanessa, he says, our number 1 drunkard. Vanessa walks up to Asta and slurs, so your name is Asta, want a girlfriend? Asta gets flustered and shyly refuses. His heart belongs only to Sister Lily. Vanessa, clearly drunk, suddenly vomits right in front of him. Then Finral introduces Asta to Luck, who loves to fight. Luck grins and asks, "You'll fight me, right?" Suddenly, another boy walks up to Asta and says, "This is my sister, Marie. Stay away from her or I'll kill you." Asta, confused, replies, "I don't even know who she is." The boy's name is Ghosh and he's obsessed with his sister. Asta then meets the rest of the squad. Yami says, "Anyone who wants to test Asta, do it now." Hearing this, Magna steps up and says, "All right, I'll test him to see if he's worthy of joining the Black Bulls. I don't think a poor village boy like you, with no royal blood, deserves to be a magic knight." Magna says, "If you pass my test, you'll get this magical robe and officially become a magic knight. So, tell me, do you want this Black Bull robe?" Asta shouts, "I want the robe of the bulls. Yes, I want it right now." Then Magna begins the test. First, he makes Asta do tough physical exercises. But Asta has trained like this since childhood, so he completes them easily. Next, Magna says, "This is your final test. I'll attack you and you must dodge." He launches magical fireballs shaped like flaming baseballs at Asta, but Asta dodges them effortlessly. Magna gets frustrated and fires a much bigger and faster fireball. It's too quick for Asta to dodge. But just then, Asta pulls out his sword from his grimoire. Everyone is shocked. How is he lifting such a massive sword? Asta swings it like a bat and deflects Magna's fireball right back at him. Yami is impressed. Not only can Asta cancel magic, but he can also reflect it using his sword. The other members now realize Asta isn't an ordinary boy. He has real potential. Magna comes to Asta and praises him, saying, "Sorry for what I said earlier. I'm also from a village next to yours." Asta is surprised to hear this. Everyone starts praising him, and Charmy even gives him her cake. Asta becomes friends with everyone. Meanwhile, a girl watches Asta silently from a distance, looking angry at him for some unknown reason. Finally, Asta receives his Black Bull's robe, which means he is now officially a magic knight. A new journey in Asta's life begins from here. Magna shows Asta his new room and says, "Sorry for the mess." But Asta feels very happy because for the first time in his life, he has a room of his own. Asta starts crying with happiness. Magna asks, "Did you really like this room, Asta?" Asta replies, "Yes, I liked it very much. At the church, we all used to sleep together in a room even smaller than this. And now I finally have a room of my own." Right away, Asta starts cleaning his room. After that, both Asta and Yuno write letters to the church to let them know they've passed. After reading Yuno's letter, the father and everyone at the church become very happy and start preparing for a party. But Asta's handwriting is so bad that no one can understand what he wrote. The father tells Sister Lily to check what's written in Asta's letter. When is Asta coming back? He must not have passed. But Sister Lily says it's written here that he passed. Everyone in the church is shocked. Asta passed. Max, Sister Lily, and the others become very happy. Only the father feels a little sad because now Asta won't come back. The next morning, Asta wakes up happily and gets ready wearing his magic night robe. But as soon as he steps out of his room, he bumps into a pillar. Magna comes over and asks, "Are you okay, kid?" "Yes, senpai. I'm fine, but this pillar wasn't here yesterday. How did it suddenly appear today?" "Actually, our castle changes its shape on its own. Like yesterday we were on the 2nd floor, today we're on the 4th. You'll get used to it in a few days." After that, Magna gives Asta a tour of the entire castle, the kitchen, the bathroom, the girls' room, where boys aren't allowed, and finally, Yami's pets, which are locked in the basement. Magna says, "Okay, Asta, until now I used to take care of these pets. But sadly, from today, it's your job. Take good care of them, because if anything happens to them, Yami won't spare you." But when Asta goes to feed Yami's pets, the pets refuse to eat food but start chasing Asta instead. They both run through the halls, turning it into a wild race. Suddenly, the same girl who had been watching Asta from above the day before appears in front of them. She is Noelle, another new recruit of the Black Bulls. Magna says, "Asta, she joined the Black Bulls yesterday, just like you." Asta steps forward and extends his hand for a handshake. But Noelle refuses and says coldly, "Who gave you permission to talk to me, you poor insect?" Asta gets annoyed by her attitude. Then the girl declares, "I am Noelle Silva of the royal family." Noelle belongs to the Silva family, which is second in power after William's family in the entire kingdom. Her brother is also a captain. Asta, now angry, says, "Insect? Who are you talking to like that? You're not royalty here. You're a Black Bull, just like me, and we're teammates." Noelle, furious, shouts at Asta and launches a magical attack. However, her aim is so poor that the attack hits Magna instead. Magna, groaning as he stands, says, "Why did you hit me? I wasn't even saying anything." Noelle replies, "I don't like you, that's why." Magna, clearly irritated, responds, "Don't you know I'm your senior? You should respect your seniors and how you talk to them. Magna tells Noelle if you want to be in the Black Bull squad, you have to respect your seniors. Noelle angrily replies, I never wanted to join this squad. She throws the Black Bull rope in front of them and storms off. Later, Asta is wandering in the garden near the base when suddenly a water attack comes toward him. He wonders where it came from. He moves deeper into the forest and sees Noelle practicing. Despite her efforts, her aim never hits the target, and it's clear why. She was always ridiculed by her royal family for being the weakest among her siblings. When Noelle was born, her mother died, which caused her brothers and sisters to hate her even more. Asta silently watched her, and Noelle, feeling that Asta would make fun of her like everyone else, began attacking him. However, she couldn't control her magic and ended up caught in her own powerful attack. As a member of the royal family, Noelle has immense magical power, but now it's turned against her. Everyone else rushed out and saw her trapped in her own magic. Finral quickly said, we have to do something fast or else Noelle will be finished. Yami says we can't do anything about it. If we use our magic, we'll hurt Noelle too. Right now, only he can do something. Finral asks who. Just then, Asta is sent flying by Noelle's attack straight into Yami's hands. Yami says, you came at the right time. I was looking for you. Now go up there and destroy Noelle's magic with your sword. Asta responds, okay, but how will I get up there? Yami calmly replies, don't worry about it. He throws Asta toward Noelle. Asta uses his anti-magic sword to destroy Noelle's magic and saves her. As both of them fall, Finral quickly opens a portal and saves them. Yami laughs loudly and says to Asta, I like you very much, boy. Noelle regains her senses and thinks that Asta will make fun of her like everyone else for not being able to control her magic. But instead, Asta approaches her and starts praising her. He says, I can't believe how much magic power you have. If you learn to control it, you'll become very strong. Everyone starts praising Noelle, assuring her, don't worry, we'll all help you learn to control your powers. Noelle becomes very happy, realizing that she now has a family better than her real one. Asta extends his hand to her again, and this time Noelle takes it. From that moment, she begins to like Asta a little. On the other hand, the senior of Yuno is troubling Yuno a lot and is not behaving well with him at all. I don't know why he hates Yuno so much, but maybe he doesn't know what is going to happen with him next, which we will see in the next part. And the next part is going to be a lot more exciting, so don't miss. If you want next part quickly, then like and comment the video. Your likes, comments are always keeps me motivated. Take care and goodbye.